Good morning, gamers. How is everyone doing? Welcome to this week's stream. I am your host, the Final Gamer. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We made it. We did it. We beat another week. We actually did it. You survived. I survived. And we're all evidenced. Our existence is evidenced by the beginning of this stream. So, not to immediately tank my viewership on this stream, but I am just letting people know that as of right now, episode 4 of Versus Wolves has just gone live. It is Vinland Saga versus Kill 6 Billion Demons. It is a banger of an episode, if you don't mind me saying so myself. And also, just to say, as you may know, we have started a Versus Wolves Patreon. And all patrons will receive a bonus episode called the Intermission Lounge every single month. So Versus Wolves is going from a once a month podcast thing to now 2 a month with a Patreon. Versus Wolves, or patreon.com/Versus Wolves podcast, if you want to get in there. If not, if Patreon isn't your thing, Versus Wolves is going to stay exactly the same. It will be the same podcast you have learned to love in the last 4 episodes. So yeah, basically, me and Wooly have been having a blast doing Versus Wolves, and it's like, how do we do more of this and make it sustainable from an angle of, like, you know, podcast hosting, hiring editors, hiring more people to do cooler shit, and also give us the potential to do some bigger, crazier stuff with that podcast that I shall not be revealing here. I hope it is evidence to everyone who watches Versus Wolves. It is a real, like, passion project for me and Wooly. It has become just something that I am so fucking excited to be a part of every week, and anything we can do to make it more sustainable for us in terms of, like, you know, how our time is stuff, we wanted to do. And we also, people are literally screaming at us to start a Patreon and release more shit, so here it is. The goal of the Intermission Lounge is simple, okay? If the main episodes of Versus Wolves are Goku and Frieza fighting, the Intermission Lounge is Piccolo and Goku learning to drive, okay? It is a guns at the door, all violence off, come in, hang out with your parasocial friends, the Versus Wolves, and it was a fucking blast. The first episode is available now, where we talk about Saga, and it is one of my favorite things we've recorded together. So, you know, if you feel like it, check it out. If not, buddy, I got an entire stream waiting for you right here. Wait, you both don't actually know how to drive, though. Just to watch, just so you're aware, I have taken over 30 driving lessons, okay? And the fact that I can't drive is really painful, because I should really know how by now, but I don't, because my brain don't work so good. Hard to believe anything was top that strip club story, but makes me really excited for future podcasts. Man, that strip club story very quickly has turned into the albatross of Versus Wolves, but what I would say is it took 2 episodes to get there. You give us another 12 episodes, who fucking knows? So yeah, this week we're going to delve into a little Doki Doki Literature Club. I have always wanted to stream a little Doki Doki, but various things, I was, okay, so here's the thing with this Doki Doki. I love this game. It is one of my favorite games ever. It is, I think, somewhere around the middle of my top 100 game list, and I have not completed every route. I have completed the initial route, I've completed the Yuri route, and I guess the Monica route? I don't know what you'd call it. Which leaves 1 left, as far as I know. We'll get to that. But first, guys, I want to do a little media update on shit I have been playing. I have been playing a little bit of Dragon's Dogma 2. I will admit, I have been having trouble getting into it. Not through any fault of Dragon's Dogma, but just through how in love I am with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It is hard to tear myself away from that game. Dragon's Dogma 2 seems cool. Dragon's Dogma 2 is the kind of game where all it really is all these intricately crafted gameplay systems all stacked on top of each other that just explode in these really unpredictable and fun ways. So, like, when a pack of enemies attacks you in Dragon's Dogma 2, you don't know how that is going to go, you know, and all this wild random shit will happen. I was fighting some weird beast monster. I don't know what it was. It was like a giant werewolf thing. And he had a bunch of zombies with him. And at one point, he launches this big uppercut. And I kind of move to the side, and the uppercut hits one of his zombies. And I swear to God, that zombie just fucking Team Rocket blasting offs again into the atmosphere. Never to fucking return. And that happened. And I was like, that's awesome. And it's like, that kind of shit happens constantly in Dragon's Dogma 2. It's kind of a little bit like Fear and Hunger. Not in gameplay, but in like the kind of idea that all these systems work together to create these kind of emergent narratives so that you can tell these really fun stories. I have only experienced a small fraction of it, so I've only experienced like a very small fraction of it, so I, you know, can't really say for sure or not how much I like it, but I think it's really interesting and I think it's really cool. Final media roundup. Been rewatching BoJack Horseman, and guys, let me tell you, that is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It's fucking brilliant, and it's that thing, it's the Sopranos effect. I am enjoying it more the second time around, because you see all the little seeds being planted, and you see all this shit, and I think the first season of BoJack is definitely the weakest, but that said, it's still a great season of television. But goddamn, after that, we just rewatched Escape from LA, Season 2, Episode 11. One of the best episodes of TV of all time. Absolutely fucking incredible. I don't know when I will do a video on BoJack Horseman. I'm not even 100% sure I will. But it's likely. It's just probably wouldn't be for a while. But man, that show is so good. So yeah, other than that, before we get going, I want to just do a few little life stuff update. Life's hard right now, chat. Life is a little tough right now. Basically, I'm in the process of finishing, if not the longest video I've ever done, one of the longest videos I've ever done. It's nearly 2 hours in length. I think the current runtime is 1 hour and 52 minutes. And I'm excited about it. I'm incredibly nervous. Finishing a massive project like this is so emotionally draining. It is really hard. And I think there's elements of this video that I put too much time into because I wanted them to look beautiful and I wanted it to flow and feel great to watch. And it absolutely made me go off the deep end in some ways. But I also think that you guys will really enjoy it, and I think, you know, I know that people come to the videos for a certain reason, and I just really wanted to put everything I have in this one. I think I want it to be one of those videos where I put it out there and I'm like, this is what I can fucking do. This is my current level. This is where I'm at, you know, and I hope it's the kind of thing, you know, where people see that I am busting my ass trying to make this the best it can be. I'm really proud of it. I am terrified of putting it out. I am genuinely so scared, but that's just what this is. I'm also currently house hunting still, and without getting too into things, house hunting is an emotionally exhausting process of like seeing all these different houses and being like, you have to project your life for the next 15 years into this space. Then you have to decide how much value that has and how much you are willing to put into a house. And it's so fucking hard. Like, it is exhausting constantly. So like this situation this week, right? We found a house, and the house wasn't perfect, but it was an amazing price in a great area. And we were like, okay, the price is so good, we could just build onto this fucking house and just make it the way we want. So we started bidding on it, and the bidding, like, we had a kind of an idea for what it would sell at, and we had an idea of how much we wanted to put into it. And then the price just kept going up and up and up and up. And now it's at the point where we're looking at this house and being like, we can still afford this house, but is it worth it at this point? And then the fucking fly in the ointment, another really great prospect pops up this week, which is good. Like, it's a really good thing. But all of a sudden, it's like you've settled into, this is the house we're going to get, and we're going to live here for the next 20 fucking years or something like that. And it takes a lot of work to emotionally get to a place where you can do that. And then another prospect comes up and it's like, oh fuck, that house is really good and it actually has all these superior things and it's within this price range. And then you have to do it all again. And we just went through a week where we've gone through that process like 3 times, where it's like, I think this is the house. Oh no, wait, something has changed. I think this is the house. Oh no, wait, I think something has changed. I wish this is the house. It's exhausting. It's hard. And it's hard when then like you have to take big chunks out of your workday to like go to viewings and deal with like real estate agents and all this kind of shit. And I think we're getting to the end of it. Like I have a good feeling about it. But like this morning I woke up and I was like, my brain was so fried from thinking about house shit, finishing the video, and just, you know, launching the Versus Wolves Patreon, because like that's a big deal to me and Wooly as well, you know. And it's like, oh, so yeah, I guess like on these streams I always try and just be transparent when like, not when I'm like, how do I put this, when things are complicated. And I would say things are complicated for me right now. And you know, I've talked a lot about how much I just, to me, there's an ideal scenario where the video I'm working on right now is done a month ago, and it involves not breaking my finger, it involves not getting COVID for a 3rd time, it involves not house hunting and all this kind of shit. But it's like, that's the life shit, and I get frustrated, you know. I get really, really frustrated because I know it's been a long time since I kind of posted a video, and like I have a lot of, you know, awesome supporters, like, you know, the people watching the stream, subbing to the stream, like buying merch in the Patreon, and I know like there is a thing people expect from me, and you know, I'm conscious of the fact that it's been a while, and I really want this video to be worth it. You know, I want you to sit down with this video, and I don't want you to worry or think about whatever garbage is going on in your own life for 2 hours. I want it to be a complete immersive escape from just, you know, whatever shit you have to go through. It's just that takes a lot, and it takes a lot to make a video like that, but I'm hopeful that this is it. So yeah, that's it. Life's complicated for the old final gamer at the moment, chat. I feel many different things. How come you're so good at speaking? Because I have been, well, like, I don't know how good I am at speaking, but if you see a speaking ability in me, it is because I have been doing it professionally on some level for 8 years. I've hosted a podcast for 8 years. I've been making videos for 8 years. Ultra Peg Leg Cat, if it makes you feel better, the streams are already doing that much for me each week. Oh, Ultra Peg Leg Cat, you fucking sweet little bastard. Thank you. That's very sweet. That's very, very sweet. You're gonna make me emotional here, chat. Could you say you speak for a living? So you know what Michelle refers to? Do you know what Michelle calls my job and the way I make a living? She calls it my yapping. So it's like, what do you do? So she's like, how'd the yapping go today? Because like to her, it's kind of like, you know, you make those videos where you like yap for a while and people listen. And I'm like, yeah, I suppose that kind of is what I do. And I yap in my podcasts and I yap on these streams. So that's me, professional yapper. Professional yapper. Yep, that's what the business cards are gonna say. John's always yapping. I'm the yapper, the final yapper. Okay, guys. Branding shift. It's not the final gamer anymore. That's a very 2023 thing. I'm the final yapper now. Okay. I'm just getting into following your streams, and every time I remember, oh, John's streaming today, I get a little cheered up. Thank you guys. I mean, I enjoy doing these streams. Like I'm fucking so bollocks this evening from everything that's happened. But I don't know. Sometimes it's a little bit like, oh, I want to go hang out with my buds on stream a little bit. Like, not to get too parasocial with this. I am someone you do not know. But, you know, we always have a kind of good laugh on these streams. And, like, they are kind of, I think for me, it was a really nice way of, like, just interacting with my audience on a kind of more intimate way. Because, like, the way, you know, I put out the videos and then I never look at them. Because YouTube comments are literally a real life status effects that will drain the blood from your veins. And with that, everything, chat, I think I have purged enough emotion from me that I think we are about ready to get to Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay. Also, just to mention, I've said this before, I am an unabashed lover of this game. Okay, so first things first, chat. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. If there's any babies, like literal babies, like if you are under the age of like 2, go get your parents and go away from this stream. This is not you do not want to be here, buddy. So, you know, gonna drop a content warning here for some like self-harm stuff. If there's anything close to that bothers you, I don't think you really want to watch this game, because there's some weird shit in here, and it's it can be a bit of a rough watch. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http://ddlc.moe/warnings.html. Yeah, like if you're the person who gets kind of person who's like, you know, gets upset by media, and like, you know, if it's the kind of shit where like it can ruin your day, definitely go check that stuff out, because there's some shit in this game, all right. And by playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age. Buddy, I'm nearly 13 years of age 3 times, and you consent to exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Okay, so now chat, listen, okay? I want to make something clear here, all right? I have, you know, I think my taste in women specifically, we all understand on this chat. I think I have been very clear about, you know, what I like in women, and what it is not is this girl right here. I'm not gonna get specific, just no thanks, not for me. It's cool, whatever. This girl over here, a little more so, you know, like she's kind of spooky. I like that. That's all great. I have done her route, and I have done her route, and I have done her route, which leaves only this girl. Okay? Only this one. So that is what we are going to be pursuing, but let it be known, not reflective of my taste in fictional people. Okay, you can't date any boys in this. If you could, that would also be an option. I'll also be very open to that, but that's not what this game is. And there are roots in this game. I'm pretty sure there are, right? Yeah, okay, here's my question, chat, to anyone who knows, like, what's the story with roots in this game? Because I definitely did the Yuri route, and so I'm guessing there's a completely different one for this girl. Right? John's tastes in women, Makima and variations of Makima. Ultra peg leg cat. Why are you coming for me? Why are you coming for me? Makima did nothing wrong, or Monica did nothing wrong. Hey, you know, I thought you get some different middle scenes. I'm pretty sure you do. They're in the individual characters and the overall routes. Yeah, okay, but I haven't played this game in like 7 years. I still remember some of the shit from Yuri and just how good it was, and so I just want to experience 100% of the game. So that's what we're gonna do. We caught that slip, John. God damn it! The final gamer noted Makima simp. I mean, okay, you know, okay, if having a tattoo of an anime girl you like makes you a simp, then fine, I'm a simp, but I thought the wherever I was going with that sentence, I thought it would be easier, but I kind of hit that butt, and I sort of ran out of room there, chat. I'm the final yapper. We agreed earlier in the stream. I'm the final yapper. Treat a women like you treat a car vibes. I would never say that. I have a great okay. I think there's something really funny about shouting about what a good relationship you have with women on the title screen to your waifu visual novel game, but god damn it, I have healthy opinions about women, okay? I do. I have healthy relationships with women, loads of them, women all over my life who I am scared to upset, okay? It's true. He's getting nervous, chat. This is a bad idea, isn't it? You played yourself. Yeah, it's been 37 years of playing myself, TRM246. This is what a feminist stream looks like. Oh, Voidcat, very good. Okay, look, now that's established. Let's head on in for a new game here. I don't know how much we'll play tonight. I'm kind of waiting for some text on some stuff, but we'll get a little bit through it. Okay, but what about the final gamer choice in terms of women in this game? Yuri, just no question, Yuri. She's kind of spooky. She's sort of gothy and weird, and I like that. That's it. In a fantasy universe where these women were all of age, of course, because, come on. But yeah, no, we're going for Natsuki, is that her name? Natsuki is like the little sister thing, which is not something that ever does a single goddamn thing for me. Don't understand it, but fucking, I don't know. I have no thoughts that are worth talking about in terms of that. I just want to see what weird shit happens on her route. Please enter your name. I'm gonna call myself Yapper, because that's what I am now. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention that she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori. Am I saying that right, chat? Sayori? My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I have a lot of friends like that, and I love them, but it's kind of true. Okay, why is there a clip here called Evidence? It's fine. I'm a simp. I mean, okay, you know, okay, if having a tattoo of an anime girl you like makes you a simp, then fine. I'm a simp, but I thought the wherever I was going with that sentence, I thought it would be easier. Chat, I never said that. I never said that. I don't know how someone deepfaked that so quickly. I literally never said that. That's fucking insane. That's crazy, man. Technology nowadays is so wild. It's not cool to do that, chat. It's not cool to fabricate me saying things I didn't. You know, look, the person who did that, we're not going to ban them. We're not going to punish them because they didn't know. But new rule, no deep fakes of me on stream. Okay, no making fake highlights. No me saying weird shit. That's it. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running off. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. This is the anime girl voice I'm gonna use. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. No, I can't do it. Maybe, but only because I did. Or no, Yapper, this is me. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. That's so stupid. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Yapper. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Whoa! Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hee hee. We cross the street and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Yapper, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining clubs. I think from the dialogue so far, we can intuit that the MC is just a real cool motherfucker, okay? He's like me. We're just kind of rad, you know what I mean? Just a real Kirito, a real isekai protagonist, just awesome person. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you wanted to join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Yes! My kind of person. Uh-oh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Man, okay, you know, I've talked before about having a lot of, like, female friends. This is not what our relationships are like at all. Like, it's much more, dude, you need to get your fucking shit together, then, yeah, okay. Oh. You trust me, right? Don't keep me worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice. Chat, I don't want to throw too many spoilers around here, but we do end up joining the literature club, okay? John is the Sayori in real life. No, it's the opposite. Like, yeah. I guess I am both. I guess I can be both. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I am going to your club. Eh? Meanie! Sayori is vice president of the literature club. See, chat? That's why they put literature club in the game, so you know that that's what happens. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did this because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make any promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning to have planned all this out. I let out a sigh. Ugh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me new member. Eh? I glance around the room. See, this chat, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the kind of girl who could be the protagonist of a survival horror game, kind of girl who just eludes an intense misery that I enjoy. This is great. I love this. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says such nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Yapper. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club. is full of incredibly cute girls! What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry, Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her whenever she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Yapper. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? Not at all what I expected when I joined the stream. Is Super Eyepatch Wolf a tsundere? I don't know. I have been told by friends that if someone meets me and comes on too strong, I will immediately back away and not... And like, it will take them longer to get to know me. Where if someone is a little aloof, I will be way more interested in getting to know them. So maybe a little... I try and give everyone like a base level of respect when I meet them first. To me, it's like, when you meet people, everyone deserves like your respect straight away. And they can lose it, but I think everyone deserves just like a base level. Oh, hey buddy, what's your story? You know, that kind of thing. So, and I can't say romantically because I have been with the same person for nearly 19 years. Or, well, for like 18 and a half years. So, but she's kind of... Michelle never tries to impress me, and I love that, you know? Kudori are emotionally stunted and repressed. That sounds like my Irish-American family. Not sure if it traces back to the Irish in Ireland, but hey. Oh, no, I think, like, I do not know that I am like that. I am a very emotional person, but by Irish standards, I am insanely emotional. But I know a lot of Irish people who just will not talk about their emotions at all. So I'd say there's something to that. Come sit down, Yapper. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about we make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hands. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil on the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica and I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcakes around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and fluffy, full of flavor. I wonder if she's made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you know, you dummy. Oh, she is tsundereing the fuck out of that dialogue. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. I give up on Natsuki's weird dialogue and dismiss the conversation. That is excellent. next time someone is being fucking weird or passive aggressive around you, chat, just play that little clip in your head. That I give up on this weird conversation. Yeah, that's perfect. You return to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy the tea. I'm glad. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri nods in agreement. And I can see the two reasons now. Chat, come on! Let's keep the stream classy, okay? This has been so cute. Where is the trauma I have presented? Okay. That's actually like an interesting question, Andy the Zero. So one of the things I kind of enjoy about visual novels, and sometimes like kind of fucked up visual novels, is sort of like how, because like they generally can be like so just kind of hypnotic, because you just kind of tap and tap and tap and you just kind of get drawn into this like weird silly little world. It can really lull you into a false sense of security, and this is something I really love about this game. Like, yeah, this is all real cutesy shit in a way that if this game wasn't what I know it to be, I wouldn't give a fuck. I would not be interested, but I am, and I like that about it. So good point, but yeah, you'll see. You'll all see. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all that effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this literature club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they are all delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Yapper, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. That's an important piece of information, chat. Let's store that in our mind banks. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up and finds comfort in the world of books, not people. That she finds worlds in the comfort of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories without deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. See that? Okay, look. She likes horror. You know? She likes horror. And that's always going to be a green flag with me and a girl. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, it just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at our last club meeting. It looks like you are working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is so cute. It's just as cute as you are. Siri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I am not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share that? Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. You're not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I agree with that. Chat, just no. It's not the booba shit. We get each other, okay? Yuri's the kind of girl that looks down on true crime podcasts but listens to them anyway. I mean, kind of saying. Look, I kind of ethically have some issues with true crime podcasts, okay? I don't feel great about them. I think there's something weird. I listened to them for many years and I kind of stopped. But you know the fucked up thing? If I really need to fall asleep, I put on a true crime podcast. And the more fucked up it is, the quicker I will be asleep. And I don't know what that's about. Why not do another Yuri run then? I mainly want to do the route that I haven't seen. Maybe we'll do a Yuri run at some point. But I think I kind of just want to do... I'm really curious about Natsuki's route because... the shit that happens with Yuri is so wild and so creative, and I want to see if, like, similar-ish shit happens with Natsuki. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. That's what I try and do with videos, and then everyone makes fun of me on Twitter, but, you know, it's okay. It's fine. It's alright. Do you have any writing experience, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuki look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yay! Let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Yapper? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's one problem. Yeah? What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and... I lose my train of thought. Okay. I frequently encounter situations where multiple women in my life look at me like this and my blood runs cold. Like, at the same time, they will all just look at me and I'll be like, oh! All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Yapper. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Weird, dude. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me and jumps up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here to eat cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks at me once more. Yapper, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Yapper, we're already here. Do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending day after day in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Oh, buddy. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so because... Okay, we have to pick cute shit, so we're gonna start with Boop, because that's what Natsuki would like. Boop. Anime. Heartbeat. Ribbon. Heart. Dream. Damn, okay. Strawberry. Okay, so yeah, it has to be super, super sweet. Super, super sweet. Sugar. Puppy, fluffy, parfait, kiss, charm, damn, fireflies, nature, memories, shiny, giggle, party, damn it, dazzle, starscape, spinning, daydream, precious, damn it! You calm down, Sayori. Okay, you fucking chill. This is not for you. Sparkle. Are you serious? I kind of want to see whose suicide is. Okay, that makes sense. Kitty. Okay, hopefully we got her there. Hopefully we got her there. Hi again, Yapper. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Yapper. I hope this isn't too overwhelming a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you want to take us seriously... then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plucks back in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Yapper always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room... How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Yapper can become great friends too. We sure can. Sayori. Hmm? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me in. Oh, and Yuri? Oh. Yuri even brought something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess this means that it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I don't make a big deal out of it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it might keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Whoa! Okay, we gotta stay on course here, chat. We can't let Yuri's beautiful, perfect, amazing charm distract us. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sura and Monica having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki's utter exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts any of my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping a collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books of boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of the things where you can't admit you're really into it unless you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. Wow, that's one of those real low-key burns. Looking at someone and like, as I read a lot of manga, but if someone was to look at me and be like, you look like you read a lot of manga, I'd be like, oh, okay, oh, all right. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I put it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it from my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or is simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Yapper. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated, feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She puts it on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. It? Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this? Don't just say that! You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Can you feel the tension, chat? Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki comes again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I don't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Whoa, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flick through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can't talk this at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know some of the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining, but later on there's all kinds of drama, like when they all get into their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you know what you're talking about. Maybe I understand you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Uwa! Natsuki gives... Every time I see the uwa, that's the old uwa! Like, I like the idea of this guy sitting in this quiet room of girls reading books, and every couple of minutes he's like, uwa! Oh. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems a little... This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah? Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious, since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like, I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. Chat, I've gotten into so many things because they're in mangas. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. So, if we had written a gloomier poem, I think we would be reading with Yuri right now. Super Gorzia, I can see where the Berserk dating sim came from. God, I fucking love making it. You know, chat, I spent over $1,000. I spent $8,000 getting those illustrations done for the Berserk dating sim bit. I really wanted, like, the artist did like 4 different fucking beautiful pieces with like really gorgeous backgrounds. Wanted to pay them right, and they ended up doing like 5 of them. So I was like, and at the time I was like, this is fucking insane. This is so stupid to be spending this much for this like joke in a Berserk video. I don't regret it at all, because people still bring up those bits like years later, and it makes me so happy, and they were so fun to do. Worth every cent. Thank you, Genti Seto, I believe it. So, do be warned though, if you subscribe to these Twitch streams, or donate to my Patreon, or buy merch, that is the kind of stupid shit I am going to spend it on. So just know that. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know... What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up to them without... I can't even bring it up without them all being like... you still haven't grown out of that? Makes me want to punch them in the face. You know what? Natsuki's winning me over a little bit. She's fun. She's cool. I like her. Chainsaw Man dating sim next, please. Oh, that's a really good idea. That's a really, really good idea. And I could write Makima. Why did you have to say that? Peg leg cat. That could be really fun. Okay, stay focused, stay focused. One video at a time, people. One video at a time. And I could write Makima. Jules, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said, and I could write Machinima. I could use old video games to animate the cutscenes. I said I could write Machinima. I am sorry if you heard the wrong thing, okay? I am sorry if you were not paying attention to the stream and you heard something differently. That is not my problem. I said, and I could write Machinima, chat. See, Lousy Goose. Ah, yes, Machinima. Yeah, he did for sure. Why do you keep mispronouncing Makima? I don't. I'm not. It's... Chat, we got a mission here tonight, okay? We gotta do this. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who won't judge, much less friends who are also into it. Okay, so chat, not 100%, right? But I used to have a bunch of friends who did not share any interest I had. I was like the video game person. I was like the anime person. Not that they even knew enough about anime to know that anime was a thing you could be a person of. As soon as I made friends with similar interests, I stopped hanging out with the other friends nearly entirely, except the really cool ones. The really cool ones I stayed with as like I kept on in like one-on-one relationships. I would advise you do the same. Not so much like just not be friends with people who have similar interests. I think it's really fun to be friends with people who aren't the same shit you're into. But it's like, if people aren't going to accept that part of you or are constantly going to make you feel fucking weird for it, fuck them. You just go away. It's fine. It's cool. So that's my way of saying that, stop making fun of me, chat. I can be into whatever I want, okay? That was not a hopeful story. That was me fucking warning you that this is, yeah. Bro, I'm the frame games person in my friend group. Oh my god, Frap, that's insane. I hope your friends are cool enough that they, like, still appreciate the shit you do. Do they understand that you're, like, a big deal in, like, the Fear and Hunger community and stuff? Or is that just, like, not a thing? 99% chance Super Eyepatch Wolf and I would have been friends in high school. It's possible. I was very antisocial in high school. Like, I know I'm a little bit of a awkward, strange person now. In high school, I was much more awkward and much more strange, but I was also much meaner. Like, I was very mean in high school. And I didn't know that I was being mean, but I think I was. And, like, I wasn't, like, a popular mean person picking on people. I think I was just unpleasant to be around. And it was weird. Like, I was definitely kind of sort of a loner in high school, but I was kind of, like, okay with most people. You know what I mean? I remember in first year, there was this time where, maybe I've told this story on stream before. This is gonna sound like an absolute bullshit story. I promise it is not. there was a bunch of people making fun of this dude, and the dude was like kind of an asshole, but he was the kind of person where like people also made fun of him. He was kind of a bully, he was kind of a dick, but people were like cracking jokes, and he came over, and I was kind of sitting there, and I was just like laughing at the jokes. I wasn't saying them myself, I was just like laughing at them. And next thing, he leans over and he punches me in the face. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I was not like a big dude in high school. I was like kind of smaller than your average. And everyone just goes quiet. And I stand there. And then I look at him. And I swear to God, we're staring at each other for like 5 seconds. And I don't know what the fuck is about to happen. Like, I'm like, am I about to fight this person? I'm like... because I'd never really been in a fight, you know, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. And so I just stare at him. And after about 5 seconds, he turns around and he just runs away. He just fucking runs. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is happening? And then everyone's like, look at me, and they're like, fair play, John. Fair play. And I to this day don't really understand why he ran. Like, I don't know how you go from being brave enough to fucking just like cold clock someone to then running away, you know? And ever since then, I had this reputation in high school of like I wouldn't piss John off too much. Like, don't fuck with John. And I got really nervous because like I didn't know how to fight. Like, I didn't know. Like, I think most people probably could have kicked my ass back then. Like, I was so scrawny, you know? And so like, one of the reasons I took up martial arts was because I was like, if I ever have to need to prove to fight, I should probably be able. It was so weird, you know? Lol, John is king from One Punch Man. Yeah, kinda. And that guy was Brian. No, Brian came into my life later. I swear this was an episode of Recess. I wouldn't be surprised. He was mad enough to hit you, but not aggressive enough to actually try and hurt you, is my guess. I guess that was it. And like, this was like a reasonably, like, he wasn't a huge dude, but he was probably stronger than I was, you know what I mean? And it just, I've still never got my head around exactly what happens, but it kind of did teach me that your perception of how tough people think you are, like, is more important than nearly being tough in a lot of situations. But yeah, super weird story. I did eventually get like actually like kind of tough in terms of I do martial arts casually and have done for a long time. Like, I am probably not a fun person to fight now if you're a normal, untrained person. If you're like someone who takes martial arts seriously, I am a hobbyist at best. Like, that is the toughest I am. Like, if I ever walked into like a pro MMA place, I would be swept up and down the fucking ring. But as of now, yeah, I feel pretty confident in my general fighting ability. I'm already kind of a loser, so I get gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know how my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Tesco raid. Tesco, I love Tesco, as in the shop. Thank you for the raid, Rippin' Rose, appreciate it. John, you got raided. I can see that. So, is this a nickname for another streamer, or is this an emphatic show of support for the UK and Irish shopping chain Tesco? Ripping Rose sent us. Thank you, Rippin' Rose, appreciate it. I just can't win, can I? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Aha! Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, that should make me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready for today's poems? Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it over towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monika just said... Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really don't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course! I would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you! You simp for Monika? I didn't say I was simping for Monika! Who's simping for Monika? Who's simping for Monika? Not I! Not I, chat! What's Tesco? Tesco is a Irish... I don't know if it's Irish or English, but it's a supermarket in Ireland, and some of them are open 24/7. It is a really good place to go if you're drunk at like 3 a.m. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book back in my bag. By the way, do you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of paper, with loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika's wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind for writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monika said. I said Monika. Okay? Well, I wouldn't be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem about making me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what a real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Never beating the alligator. Okay, look, I was still thinking about machinima. Okay, bring back machinima is what I say. That's it. Okay. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that? I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss, but she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show yours, right? You're fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Oh shit, that's a good poem, I think! Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I liked it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems to express themselves? I agree with all this, chat. I think it is so much it's so much more effective to write using simple words effectively than to just throw a bunch of like garbage in there. Like, it's really easy to say the same thing in a really fancy, elongated way, in a way that then like to just say it really simple, you know? It's okay. I've said this before on stream. Best writing advice in the entire world is remove unnecessary words. That will make you such a better writer. And in fairness to little Natsuki here, who I'm warming on, she's okay. She's pretty all right. She's kind of like, she did that, you know? It's like she got something really profound across with the simplest language possible. I liked her poem. I thought this was a good poem. Let's see what the others say. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Great Zealous. Editing is more removing words than adding. Boy, is it. Natsuki Simp. No, I'm not into this. That's just not. Yes. So, no. Look, chat, I've been very clear about my tastes on these streams, okay? It's not this. But the other nice thing, now I think she's cool. I'd hang out with her, you know. She's all right. She has won me over a little bit. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in that last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. She's right. She's right. You can't be both a Natsuki and a Machinima simp at the same time. Ultra Pegleg Cat, I will have you shot at some point. I swear to God. Okay, I will. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here. Did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud, then I don't want to take that away from her. Okay, let's go for Yuri's poem. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on, okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Oh, ho, ho, ho! So it's that bad? No, did I raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. I might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think most notable thing I recognize is in new writers is that they try and make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that they both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can blame for. It's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Damn, Yuri! Fucking chill, bro. No need to shit talk other people. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if this is a rare opportunity for her. Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Okay, Yuri, girl, listen. I don't think that's a good poem. Chat, I'm handing out poem reviews, and that to me is a solid B minus. It's a lot of form over function. I don't know that while she used much fancier words than Natsuki's effort, I think Natsuki said more with less, and that to me is more impressive. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? That's this guy's character trait. He occasionally puts far too much emphasis and exaggeration into words. I wasn't thinking at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. It is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Okay, we're gonna lie to her. Even though it's not short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. But to be honest, since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Sometimes something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Yapper. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Or I must have totally missed the point. Wrong voice there for a second, chat. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all, but remember the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In that case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Oh, Yuri, buddy, let me tell you, I have been there. I get it. And soon, to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, let's talk to Monica. Hi, Yapper. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm settled in. Anyway, won't you share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Yapper. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Yapper. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Geez. No, it's kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write, and she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago? He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. Even sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel that way, like they're written for kids if you think about them. They can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning of, though. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way for the new kind of style. It's to find a kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Man, chat, if you know what this game is, this is fucking awesome. This is so great. Anyway, do you want to read my poem? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction? The spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. A real blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, always scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just the little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Fuck. Okay. Look, you know, chat, if you know what you know what that means. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put this. Yes, Monica! What was the inspiration behind your poem? I guess you could say it's some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to put something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way of thinking about this, if you keep your pen the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hands and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And finally, we got Sayori. This is a good poem, Yapper. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why I'm impressed. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all, so I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Oh, well... Actually, hang on, I can do that better. Oh, well, thank you, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Yapper. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all... Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. But if it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Yeah, especially in that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Okay, Sayori, this better be the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems, and they read in tandem. I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furry in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem. Oh. I guess you could say it's fancy? Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. It is about the it's a good poem! How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean something you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Yapper did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Yapper liked my poem too, you know. That's not strictly true, Yuri, but okay. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... Oh, you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Yapper appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know they didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. See, Natsuki can do it as well. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one person whose boobs magically grew sizes bigger just as Yapper started showing up. Did that happen? I wasn't paying attention to that. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, and I noticed I was just standing there. Yapper? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for— Ladies, please! Help me explain it to her, Yapper. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it is also a waste. You understand that, right, Yapper? Well? How do I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. I agree with Natsuki. I think you can say more powerful things with simple words. I really genuinely believe that. I think easy writing is writing however you want. Medium writing is writing using fancy words. Hard mode writing is saying profound things with simple words. So on this agreement, I must go with Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain and attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job of that. Yeah! It did, didn't it? Haha! Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was mean to me, Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. But it looks like we learned a lot that day. Even small criticisms can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayuri is nodding vigorously. Yes, so we don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets cut off in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help feel bad for her. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either way. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Yapper. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. Natsuki, the thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with this than she boasted. Sayuri and Monica look away. Anyway, think about your boobs. I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayuri? I'll go make some tea. Eh? I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciates that, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read through each other's poems, right? I hope this was a worthwhile experience for everyone, especially you, Yapper. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace for the lazing around we usually do. Excuse me, my voice is dry. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere? No, not at all. There's still some time before we go home, so we can all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room, so maybe you could take a chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club's for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun! Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club means I can't spend all my time doing nothing, but in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say that it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Yapper, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Yapper! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say that I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can sense that. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew, you know, Yapper, it's nice that I got to spend some time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... every day is going to be so much fun. Yapper, it looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the situation that I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Whew, okay. Here we go. Okay, first one, pink, easy. Then here's lollipop, easy. Strawberry, easy. Cheer. I'm gonna say cheer. Damn it! Parfait, easy. I'm gonna say socks, yes. Nibble. Flower, damn it. Who's lust? Raindrops, damn it! Jump. Kitty. Bunny. Rainbow. God, those two are kind of similar. Candy. Shiny. Heart. Damn it. Vanilla. Ribbon. Bubbles. We fucking killed it that time, chat.